First of all, welcome to the channel and thank you for stopping by. When time permits, please consider subscribing. I'd greatly appreciate it. Today is day 2 in Washington. I've left Olympia and come up I-5 little ways to some town that I have no idea what the name is. I'm following a route my buddy Tim gave me. However, Tim had me turning right 1 block from here. And if I had done that, I would have missed this view. I'm going to have a chat with Tim later and ask why he thought I didn't want to see the Puget Sound. Not sure about the pronunciation on that, but probably close enough. So this is probably 45 minutes from my Airbnb, maybe 25 minutes if it wasn't traffic. I'm going to throw in some footage right after here though. The traffic going from this city to the Olympia area is absolutely stunning. I could live with a commute that beautiful. So today the goal is to follow Tim's route, and I thought that was to follow Tim's route and see the beautiful views. But now I understand it to be follow Tim's route and make sure he didn't skip the beautiful views. And we'll see how it turns out in a little while. But so far, loving day 2. It is 60 degrees, which is a little bit chilly. It rained overnight, but the skies are clearing up and it's expected to be sunny later. If it is, maybe I'll go see if the mountain is not hiding again today, because yesterday it was a little bit cloudy, but we did see just a bit of it. All right, I'll pick you up later. I just can't believe how beautiful this road is. This is basically a connecting road for commuters going into the Olympia area, and wow, just amazing. On the East Coast, we pretty much raze the forests, build cities, and you really need to go outside of them. And when we link cities together, we do it with an interstate and, again, carve all the trees back. It's beautiful how much green there is. Just speechless. Perfect commute. These people are fortunate. I hope they understand that. At some point I had mentioned to Tim that I really like riding my motorcycle over bridges, and he added a couple to this route, including this one, which is the Hood Canal Floating Bridge. It was really quite interesting. Unfortunately, it did have about a 30-minute wait to get onto it, which was surprising because once we did get onto it, it seemed like there was no traffic at all. Well, I'm not sure you're gonna be able to hear me. There's a lot of traffic coming through here. It's all coming over or going to the Hood Canal floating bridge, which is a really nice bridge. I did get it on film, and I'll put it right after this or right before this. I'm not quite sure, but it something I enjoy. I like to ride my bike over bridges. I like to be open and see the views that I just can't in my car. So Tim was kind enough to throw a couple of bridges on this route, and I really do appreciate it. So far, I have nothing to say but good things about riding around in September in Washington. Just bring some base layers. It is still kind of overcast. It is still in the low 60s, but I've got 2 base layers on. I feel great. Maybe a higher windscreen to keep me a little warmer. I do have the heated grips on 50% just for that little extra toasties on my hands, but having a great day riding around. Hopefully some of the footage turns out well. And if you can't hear me, bye. The route I'm following takes me into the Olympic National Forest, which was, as expected, absolutely beautiful, breathtaking. I know, I use that word too much in these videos, but it really is appropriate. And whenever I'm in a forest, I'm always looking for a viewpoint, and the Mount Walker viewpoint was not that far ahead. Okay, for the past 2 hours, Tim's directions have been great, but I've come to another spot where it says Scenic Lookout, and Tim has me running right past it. Perhaps it's because it was a 4-mile rough dirt road with tons of washboards and rocks, and he knew I was on a VStrom 1000 with a bald rear tire and lots of luggage. But hopefully he's wrong, and this is actually going to be fine. Getting up here was a joy, it really was. I forgot to turn off traction control, so I spent a bit of time sliding and slipping before I realized it's not just my bald tire, it's my traction control. So I did turn that off to finish getting up here. In addition to that, there's the problem of I can't turn off my ABS. So going down that steep off-camber, rocky, washboarded road is going to be awesome, because if I need to stop her in a hurry, I don't really think I can. I think I'll just down the road with ABS and see what happens. Now the sun has been coming out, so I'm hoping that when I get to this lookout, which is right in front of me, close, that I'll actually be able to see something. Let's find out. Well, the typical answer for the Pacific Northwest for me is, no, you can't really see anything, Frank. It's going to be foggy, cloudy, rainy, or smoky. But that's okay. It's a blast getting up here. It's a blast riding around. I'm actually in the Olympic National Forest right now, and it's a paved road for the most part, unless you take one of these cutoffs. Traffic is low, speed is great, windy roads, beautiful trees. There should be some footage. Just wonderful. Well, I'm gonna see, since I can't see anything here, I'm gonna go see if I can get down that rocky road. It's only 4 miles. Well, I hope the GoPro is able to pick this up. I'll pan in just a moment. I came over to the south side of Mount Walker, and while it's not clear, it's much, much better than the north face that we were on just a moment ago. Let's see if you can see any of this. I'm not entirely sure how much of that you're going to be able to see, but if you happen to be in the Olympic National Forest, definitely come to the top of Mount Walker if it's anything like a clear day. This is beautiful, and I imagine both sides, north and south, are breathtaking on a clear day. But alas, part of adventure biking, you go where you go, and the weather is what it is when you get there, and then you keep on. All right, take care. Just about the second I got out of the Olympic National Forest and started heading back to my Airbnb, the skies became blue, the sun was shining. I've got to admit, I was irked for just a couple of minutes, and I almost turned around to go back and see what the views were like, but it did still look kind of cloudy up on the mountain. However, I had a great time. I really enjoyed riding through the forest. Would recommend. If you stuck around this long, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and take care.